Hello everyone and welcome to Big Rock Moto. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Really appreciate that. All right, today I'm reviewing this. This is a Carpuride W702BS and it's specifically designed for BMW motorcycles. Now Carpuride makes units that are universal for all sorts of motorcycles, but this video is going to specifically cover the 702BS, and they also have the 502BS with a smaller screen that integrate directly to your BMW motorcycle, which is really cool and I really can't wait to show you. Now, disclaimer, I did get this product free of charge and I do earn commissions if you use my link. Please do use my link and please also use my discount code. It's very important. I want to save you some money. I have a 30% off code for all Carpuride products, anything on their website. That's really big in terms of the discount, and it brings the price of this, which is 420 bucks, down to 300 bucks. So big savings. Use my discount code when you're shopping. That'll all be below. Very important that you don't just order this if you have a BMW. You need to go to their website and please check the compatibility. There are certain BMW models that this doesn't work, and they also offer a 5-inch version of this which may fit better on some bikes. So please be aware of that. I don't want you to order it and then be disappointed and have to send it back. So please check the compatibility before you place your order. Let me show you installation on this unit. Now it's going to take all of about 10 seconds, but don't time me because I'm doing this with one hand, very off the cuff here. So you'll remove the unit from the box. You will have your BMW GPS mount here. You'll place the unit into the mount. You'll push it forward. You'll push the locking mechanism here in the back. Turn your key. It's now locked. It's now installed. Now when you turn your bike on, the unit will automatically power up. So yeah, it's about 10 seconds from opening the box. It'll take you longer to cut the tape to open the box than it will to get it installed and working on your bike. So if that's not an easy installation, I don't know what is. All right, so what is the Carpuride? What are these things, if you're curious? So, basically the way to think of it is, well, here's an example. So if I jump in my truck, if you have a late model vehicle, you jump in your car, your truck, whatever, you have your phone with you, it wirelessly connects to the screen, the TFT in the car, and you have your navigation, phone calls, apps, all this stuff right at your fingertips. Well, it's the same idea, but it's for a motorcycle. And on a BMW, it's super easy to use and install. So the way to think of it is, it's a navigation and infotainment, information and entertainment and communication tablet that plugs directly onto your BMW nav mount. It's got this bright 7-inch touch screen. I really like this big 7-inch screen. I'll talk about why. And this screen is much brighter and crisper than the other Carpuride models. That's some of the extra money that you're paying to get this. It integrates with the controls on your BMW motorcycle, your Wonder Wheel, and these different buttons here, so that you don't have to take your hands off the handlebars while riding. This is a huge advancement for Carpuride. They didn't have this before. Now they do have it. Chigi, I think, was maybe the first one aftermarket supplier to do this. What I didn't like about the Chigi, the AI05, I think it was, or the BMW one, it was a 5-inch screen. I thought it was a bit too small. This is a 7-inch screen, and it's cheaper, considerably cheaper. I don't want to know if it's half price, but it's a 200 or 300 bucks less than that Chigi was. So this is going to be a good option. I think is going to be very popular. This thing costs about 420 bucks. Now, if you use my discount code, it's going to bring it down to 300 bucks. So I have 30% off discount. That makes it much cheaper than a Garmin Zumo XT or XT2 or Montana. It makes it cheaper than a BMW nav unit. And because of everything it does, I think it's really a really good value for what you're paying. Now, you're probably asking, why don't I just put my phone on my handlebars? Well, you certainly can do that. And I do that all the time. Now you can see my video outline, my video script here, a little behind the scenes magic. So yeah, you can do that, but there's reasons that you may not want to do that or that you prefer having this. Number one, this is cheaper than your phone. This phone is 1,200 bucks. This is 300 bucks. This has a much larger screen than the phone. Also, you may not want to leave your phone always on the handlebar of your bike. It may be hot, it may be cold, it may be raining, it may be dusty. You may have these kind of considerations, and it's expensive and it's prone to theft. This locks on, it's cheaper, and you have a lot of benefits there. So I do often just use the phone, especially if I'm riding bikes that are not mine and I need a quick navigation solution. I'll just pop a quad lock on here, use my phone, that's fine, but this is better. And this video is kind of talking about why that is. Plus, the other thing, if I just put my phone on the handlebar here, and I want to do music, podcasts, phone calls, navigation, all that, I have to physically use the touchscreen. With this, I can use the controls from the BMW, from the motorcycle, and that's a huge advantage. All right, so let me show you the features of this thing. So when you power up the bike, and this is, all the Carpurides are going to work somewhat a similar way. The difference with the BMW one is you get the integration with the bike controls and the extra information from the bike, like all the dashboard stuff. That's what you don't get on. So this is what I'm talking about. This is what you get extra with the BMW models. If you get a universal one, you have another bike, you get all the Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, but you don't get this. This is pretty cool. So you pick up the RPM, trip computers, you've got gas gauge, you've got, which doesn't really work on mine, I don't know why. You've got the temperature gauge, battery voltage, tire pressures, outside temperature, and it's pretty cool. Then you can hit this button, this I button. Oops, it's gonna go into Android Auto. So that happens. So let me go back to here. So because my phone is within range, it's gonna go into Android Auto. So if I go to home, this is the dashboard display part. Gear indicator as well, pretty cool. And then you can switch between different color modes. You can change the brightness, go up or down. I feel it's got a good brightness range, although some people say they're still a little bit too bright at night. If you hit this information button, it gives you some more bike information like the water temperature, pressures. You kind of get this on the other screen, so this seems a bit redundant, but you get that. Then if I go back to this button, I go back to this screen, you can go to Android Auto, Apple CarPlay. If you hit this, it says mounting. Actually, what this does is it gives you the air pressure, I think, and compass. So just kind of, extra stuff. You don't really need that, in my opinion. So if we go back here, all right, and then you can also do, separate from Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, you can do music and phone control. This has an SD card. You can load like different graphics and things like that. You have a settings menu with just some basic settings. So that's fine. So you can control and customize things as you want. Now to get into the Android Auto, you saw how it automatically did that because my phone was within range, or I can just go here and press Android Auto, and it's gonna bring me in here to the Android Auto screen, which is what you're used to seeing if you use this in your car, your truck, or whatever. And you can customize this from your phone. You can have whatever apps you want, and then you can control and use the apps from your phone on here. So it just mirrors what's going on with your phone. But it's super cool and really convenient to have it. And you can do split screens. You can set things up how you want and customize it.
All right, riding with this new Carpuride, the 7-inch tablet, the first thing I really like about it, because I've ridden with a lot of these different ones over the years, is the 7-inch screen on this. It just works perfectly on the GS. It fits perfectly behind the windshield. It's just like the right kind of size to match the TFT of the factory TFT. It doesn't get in the way of the windshield or the TFT here. And you can adjust the angle. Now I mounted my phone here so you can see a size comparison between my phone and the 7-inch tablet. There's a huge difference. So when you're looking at maps or you can split the screen in Android Auto, do different things. It's just much bigger, but I wanted you to see that comparison. So I'm going to set cruise control here. Now I've got the bike in the mode to control the navigation, and you just hold these buttons down to change between controlling your TFT and here. I like having this info screen because on the Carpuride it's really cool. I can see the RPM, the speed, trip computers, tire pressures, temperatures, all that kind of cool stuff. And then I can have down here on the TFT, so I have my riding range to empty pulled up, but then I can have other stuff displayed up here. So it's kind of an extra information you can have. Now a lot of you are going to run it, and I'm going to often run it in the Android Auto mode. So to get to that, again, it's really nice to be able to control everything with the controls on the bike. That's really, really nice. Or you can, use the touchscreen if you want. So here in Android Auto mode, you can see as I'm riding on the highway, you can control things through the bike's controls. It's really nice because you don't have to take your hands off the handlebars to do anything, and I'm often guilty of that, but you don't have to do that here. You can control stuff through here. So if I want to go into my messages or my phone or my different weather apps or my navigation apps, whatever I want to do, I can scroll through here and select and go back and forth and manipulate things, and it's super, super nice. So if I want to listen to some podcasts, I can go in here and do that. I've got Adventure Rider Radio pulled up, of course. Go backwards. hold the back thing, you know, I can go back. Oops, I went back into here. So it takes some time to kind of get the hang of it, you know, using how to use the controls on the bike to do what you want. But it's pretty easy. You can also just go up here and use the touch screen. So, you know, I really like having this on my bike. It really makes life really nice. See, I can also split my screen like this, so I can have, you know, the navigation on one part, and then I can have my podcast or whatever up on the other part, and then I've got my quick access icons down at the bottom. I could also go in here and go to my main screen to go back. So it's really cool. And then when you want to go back to like the info screen of the Carpuride, it's really easy to do. And now I'm back at that screen. So they did a pretty good job figuring out how to make this work. You'll probably have like a 10-minute learning curve on how to use things when you're riding, but after 5 or 10 minutes, you'll be comfortable with it, and you should have no real issues.
So why do I like having this on my bike? You know, I have this on this bike now. I really enjoy using it. I've got similar units on other bikes that I like to have them on there. The reason is that there are certain reasons why I don't always want my phone on my handlebars that we've already just talked about. And plus, like, I'm a fan of my Garmin Zumo XT2 for off-road navigation. I don't use the turn-by-turn guidance on the Garmin's. I just find it to be horrible and doesn't have traffic and all that. So I use Google Maps for most navigation on the highways that I'm doing. And so this connects to Google Maps through my phone, and it's super easy to use. Controlling Spotify, doing messaging, phone calls through my helmet, through Bluetooth. I mean, there's so many reasons for this. And yes, while you can use your phone and save the money, if you have a BMW motorcycle and you can use this, $300, I mean, man, it's a really good deal, I think, for what you're getting. Are there downsides to these things? Yes, I have done long-term testing on these Carpuride units, and some of this applies to this kind of device in general, not just Carpuride as a brand, but they will, because they mirror your phone, they use the processing power and the GPS signal from your phone. They will slowly drain your phone's battery when you're using Android Auto, Apple CarPlay. So you have to factor that in. Try to keep your phone plugged into your motorcycle or do a charging. If you're riding all day, that can really help. The other criticism I have of these units is that I would like to see a dedicated GPS receiver built into the unit. So that's important to note. Unlike a Garmin or something, which is an actual GPS antenna receiver, this is not. So what that means is that if you're really out in the wilderness, like adventure riding or something, and you have zero cell phone service and you haven't downloaded the maps to your app and everything to connect to Android Auto, you could have an issue with not having that GPS antenna. I would like to see like a built-in, like basic mapping application and a built-in GPS receiver in this. I think that would bring even greater value to this product. All right, well, that's about it. I hope this video wasn't too long for you guys. Again, please use my link, help support the channel, and use my discount code BigRockMoto. 30% off is a big deal on something like this, and I really want to save you guys the money. So again, check their website, make sure the compatibility, make sure any technical questions you can get, you know, they're going to have all the information on the website there. If you have any questions for me, let me know down below. Other than that, ride safe, and I'll see you out there.